In the ever-evolving world of technology, groundbreaking innovations often begin with visionary ideas. Yet, success in this fast-paced industry is never a certainty, and even the most promising concepts can sometimes fall short of their anticipated impact. Some of these once revolutionary vehicle ideas were poised to transform the way we travel to avoid traffic jams, but as the years have passed, their influence remains unrealized. So let's dive deeper into these futuristic traffic jam avoidance vehicle concepts to understand what went wrong and why their bold promises have not yet been fulfilled. Transit elevated bus. The concept of a straddling bus, or transit elevated bus, first emerged in China in 2010, but gained significant attention when a model was showcased at the Beijing International High-Tech Expo the following year as a potential solution to traffic congestion. This innovative bus design, which was also referred to as the straddling bus, straddle bus, land air bus, or tunnel bus by international media, proposed that a bus would operate on rails along the edges of the road, allowing cars to move underneath its passenger cabins. This futuristic system was invented by Chinese engineer Song Yuzhou, who hailed it as a turning point in urban transportation, offering a quick, environmentally friendly, and cost-effective solution to China's urban transit challenges. The transit elevated bus was designed to carry up to 300 passengers, equivalent to the capacity of 40 conventional buses. Its rooftop solar panels would generate the energy required to operate the bus, bringing its pollution levels to zero. The bus would travel at speeds of up to 37 miles per hour along a fixed route, straddling 2 traffic lanes with an overall height of 13 feet to 15 feet. Cars under 7 feet in height could pass underneath the bus, mitigating traffic delays typically caused by buses stopping to load and unload passengers. The projected cost of building the transit elevated bus, along with a 25-mile guideway, was estimated at 500 million yuan, which is approximately $74.5 million, just 10% of the cost of constructing a subway, and proponents claimed it could reduce traffic congestion by 20 to 30%. A trial was scheduled to begin in Beijing's Mentugu district by late 2010. However, the project was not given authorization by the district authorities because the technology was considered to be too immature, and further trials were subject to the development of a concept to prove the system actually works. 6 years after, a full-scale model was unveiled in 2016, and reports indicated that a prototype would be launched by mid-2016 in Qinhuangdao. 4 additional Chinese cities quickly followed suit, signing contracts for pilot projects to build test tracks starting in 2016. With this momentum, the company began offering shares to private investors, with a minimum buy-in of $150,000 and a promised annual return of 12%. Over 72 investors were enticed, collectively investing more than 9.1 billion yen, or roughly around $1.3 billion. The transit elevated bus was hailed as a groundbreaking innovation in public transportation. However, just days after its highly praised test run in Qinhuangdao, all further trials were suspended and doubts began to surface. While the concept seemed promising on paper, many of its touted benefits did not hold up under closer examination. For example, vehicles taller than just over 7 feet had to find alternate routes, and when the transit elevated bus turned a corner, cars beneath it were forced to wait until the maneuver was complete. Additionally, no solution was devised to prevent vehicles from accidentally driving into the bus's legs. The prototype also lacked essential technology, thus creating traffic jams instead of alleviating them. As a result, the design was abandoned and scrapped in June 2017 due to concerns about its feasibility. The following month, 32 individuals associated with the project were detained by Chinese authorities on charges of investment fraud. Flying cars. Flying cars have been a subject of development since the early days of both motor transport and aviation, frequently predicted by futurists to be on the verge of mass adoption. A flying car, or roadable aircraft, refers to a vehicle capable of functioning as both a road vehicle and an aircraft. This definition can also include vehicles that operate as motorcycles on the road and in the air. Since the early 20th century, numerous prototypes using various flight technologies have been created. Most have been designed for conventional takeoff and landing on a runway, although vertical takeoff and landing projects are also on the rise. However, none of these concepts have progressed beyond limited production. Despite frequent predictions and concept designs, flying cars remain experimental and have not yet made a practical societal impact. This ongoing failure has led to skepticism regarding their future viability, with some physicists doubting whether they will ever become a reality and rather recognizing existing aircraft as already flying cars. However, in 2013, a Slovak company, Aeromobile SRO, produced one of the closest examples of a flying car, called the Aeromobile. The prototype, which took 20 years to develop, was conceived as a vehicle that could convert from automobile to aircraft. Aeromobile's co-founder and CEO, Juraj Vakulik, indicated in 2015 that the vehicle was intended for wealthy supercar buyers and aviation enthusiasts. While the production version was unveiled in 2017 and pre-orders were expected by the end of that year, Aeromobile closed down by February 2023 without delivering any vehicles. However, rumors suggest that Aeromobile is planning to launch a fleet of aerial ride-hailing services by 2027. Another notable development in the field is the Aleph flying car, which received FAA certification for limited flight testing. Aleph has been working on a flying car capable of vertical takeoff and tilt flight, similar to a biplane, since 2015. Since emerging from stealth mode in 2022, the company has secured 2,850 pre-orders in less than a year, making it the most pre-ordered aircraft in history. Whether Aleph will succeed where others have not remains to be seen. The reasons behind the prolonged failure of flying cars to reach mass adoption are largely centered around issues of safety, certification, licensing, cost, and environmental factors. A flying car must be certified both as a road vehicle and an aircraft by the relevant authorities, and the operator must be licensed as both a driver and a pilot. Maintaining the vehicle to meet both road and aviation standards adds further complexity. Additionally, the mechanical challenges of powered flight demand a lightweight structure, which is difficult to reconcile with the need for road vehicles to withstand impact. A typical airframe is therefore lightweight and easily damaged. On the other hand, a road vehicle must be able to withstand significant impact loads from casual incidents while stationary, as well as low-speed and high-speed impacts, and the high strength this demands can add considerable weight. A practical flying car must be both strong enough to pass road safety standards and light enough to fly. This conflict between strength and lightness is a major hurdle for practical flying cars. Propellers or rotors, essential for flight, also present a hazard to pedestrians when the vehicle is on the ground. For flying cars to achieve widespread adoption, they will need to be largely autonomous, with advanced systems for piloting, navigation, and collision avoidance. Dense air traffic will necessitate automated routing and emergency landing procedures. Furthermore, flying cars will require designated landing areas in urban environments, and adverse weather conditions could make their use unsafe. While flying cars hold great promise, significant technical and regulatory challenges must be addressed before they can become a practical and widespread mode of transportation. Daher Insat's public transportation. Building on of Transit Elevated Bus, Daher Insat proposed an advanced second-level transportation system that employed pods supported by 6 mobile pillars, designed to navigate urban environments more effectively. The new design was envisioned to integrate into existing city infrastructure, with the supports moving along steel rails in sync with regular traffic. Each pod's telescopic pillars would be equipped with independent drives and sensors, enabling the system to adjust to curves, intersections, traffic jams, and even jump collisions. The adjustable height of the pillars also allowed for navigation under bridges. Each carriage was designed to accommodate 200 passengers, and the proposed landing stations incorporated a variety of commercial applications. Solar panels on the roof would provide additional power, and at stations, quick charging would allow the pods to travel to the next 2 stops. However, despite its innovative approach, this transportation concept faced many of the same challenges as the transit elevated bus, such as issues with practicality, safety, and integration into urban traffic systems. As a result, the project remained in the conceptual phase and did not progress to full-scale materialization. Gyroscopic public transport. In 2017, Dahir Insat introduced the innovative concept of gyroscopic transport, featuring a single rail system that suspended public transportation carriages above city traffic to alleviate congestion. After the initial design was deemed impractical by critics, the Turkish company went back to the drawing board and introduced a more radical concept, featuring only 2 pillars aligned in a single line, with balance achieved through advanced gyroscopic technology. This revolutionary mode of transportation was designed to navigate urban streets while maintaining balance and stability through powerful gyroscopes, eliminating the need for traditional wheels and axles. For over 2 years, Dahir Insat worked on this futuristic form of transportation, which its creator envisioned as a replacement for buses, trams, and trolleybuses in future cities. The gyroscopic transport system proposed enormous disc-shaped vehicles elevated above traffic, capable of forming multiple layers of travel, allowing efficient movement across cities. According to the designer, this system promised to be efficient, economical, safe, environmentally friendly, and independent of the general flow of traffic on arterial roads. The gyroscopic vehicles were designed to navigate a variety of environments, including parks, squares, pedestrian paths, beaches, around homes, and wide boulevards, making it absolutely safe in both ecological and physical terms. Insat envisioned them as ecologically and physically safe, powered initially by flywheels wound in the morning and sustained throughout the day via solar panels mounted on the roofs. The expandable telescopic legs of the vehicles could contract or extend to pass under bridges and overpasses. Inside, passengers would sit in rows similar to those on a subway or bus, or, alternatively, in luxurious pods furnished with comfortable couches and TVs. Despite the ambitious nature of the project, Dahir Insat's gyroscopic transport system faced significant challenges, particularly around safety concerns. One major issue was how to prevent cars from entering the legs of the vehicle, a problem that had also plagued the straddling bus of China. Although the concept was marketed to potential buyers and countries as a future urban transport solution, it ultimately failed to secure any customers, largely due to the safety and logistical concerns that remained unresolved.